Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, you can tell I'm kind of serious this morning. I don't know if I should laugh, if I should cry, if I should be scared or what. All morning, I've been looking at different reports of the Trump rally in Arizona. That's what I'm going to talk about. I don't even know where to start with this. There's a couple things right off the bat that I want to talk about that really bothers. There's one thing that really bothered me. I want to talk about a few things in the coming days. I'm going to talk more about this. It's more about it's just the complete and total circus atmosphere. I'll have a bunch of links down below. PolitiZoom. I'll have a link down below from PolitiZoom. And there's a number of interviews conducted by some right-wing YouTuber. I can't remember his name. I'd love to. I'm going to look up his name. I'd love to have to do a debate or something with him on this channel. I'm sure his channel's a lot bigger than mine, but still. PolitiZoom article down below. The Rolling Stone article down below. Interviews with. I'll start with the Trump supporters. This has just turned into a full-fledged circus carnival. I don't know why I'm saying turned into, because it always was. Let me talk about the stuff that the initial things that struck me, besides for Trump just going on with this lie about having lost the election. Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, actually here at this, and Mike Lindell promises you that in 2022 there will be no machines or computers used in the elections. He promises you this. He's got what he calls. He's doing a research for a new kind of paper that he calls paper on steroids. It's better than money. I don't think money is paper. I think it's more of a fabric, really. But anyway, so Mike Lindell, yet another promise from Mike Lindell that no computers or machines will be used in any elections anywhere. I swear to God, after watching this from Arizona, it makes me so thankful that I live in a blue state right now. In yesterday's video, when I talked about Trump, I kind of stayed away from two possible outcomes. Civil war or just the dissolution of the country into red and blue states. Those are two, I hate to say this, but two very likely scenarios. Okay, so let me just talk about a few of the things that come to mind. One more thing too. I had a conversation about 45 minutes ago. I went on Facebook. I had a picture I wanted to talk about, and I posted it on Facebook, and immediately one of my old schoolmates was still up, probably still indulging from last night, and he started commenting right away. I'll get into that more in a second. Okay, one of the interviews, I think you'll find it on PolitiZoom, is the interviewer's talking to a bunch of Trump supporters, and if you notice, I want to make a note of this because it's going to come in. I'm going to talk more about this in a second, but every single face in this entire crowd, everybody interviewed, they're all men, women in their 40s and 50s, all Caucasian. I didn't see one different colored face, except for behind Trump. Again, I talked about this before. But anyway, this guy describes himself as a front row Joe. And he says this is his 40th Trump rally. And he's going to another Trump rally next week in Texas because Trump announced that he's going to do another rally next week in Texas. And it's going to be his 41st. This isn't about politics. This isn't about the United States or about the economy or any of that. This is these people worshiping a cult figure, Donald Trump. 40, and then everybody around him starts cheering. 40 rallies, like he's following the Grateful Dead. It's not even a joke anymore. It's that's who these people are. There was another guy, an older guy that had, I don't know, probably close to a pound of gold jewelry on. The guy's infatuated with, eagles and it appears military insignia, Trump paraphernalia, gold and diamonds. He was like the Trump Caucasian Mr. T. Just a bizarre group of people. This is one thing that really got me angry this morning. As I watched this, there was one person in the crowd that was there. This reminds me so much of me. If you go back to November 2020, right after the election, about 3 weeks after the election, I walked into the middle of a Stop the Steal rally all by myself. The national anthem just started playing. I took a knee all by myself in a crowd of Trump supporters during the national anthem, and they surrounded me. They started screaming, "Get him! See that guy kneeling?" If you go back, the name of the videos, I was surrounded. I took a knee at a Trump rally. I was surrounded at a Trump rally in November 2020. And okay, so there was a woman there wearing a Biden shirt Saturday at this Trump rally, wearing a mask, and she actually got arrested. And there's video of that. I believe it's in the PolitiZoom article. This woman gets arrested for being disruptive. And this YouTuber, this Trump-supporting YouTuber who's doing all the interviews, runs over. And he's pointing. The cops have this woman on the ground. Now, you don't see what she did other than wear a Biden shirt and wear a mask. And the Trump supporters reminded me what I did. This is something I would do. This is something I will do if I can get to a Trump rally. And they surrounded her, and the two actual policemen from Arizona, Florence, Arizona policemen arrested her and took her out in handcuffs. She didn't appear to be fighting or anything. Meanwhile, all the Trump supporters surround her. This is one of the most ridiculous parts. And they're all following with their cameras of this woman who wore a Biden shirt, which apparently was enough to get her arrested. Where did freedom of speech go? What happened? She's wearing a Biden shirt and a mask, and that's being disruptive. That's being they're yelling, a commie, you socialist, and they start chanting after her, "Let's go, Brandon!" And they're yelling at her. They're shouting these words like they're throwing knives at this woman. "Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon!" And they're getting all excited, and you could hear the excitement and the scary sound in their voices as they're all yelling at this woman being handcuffed and let out because she was wearing a Biden shirt. This, the part of them just all screaming, "Let's go, Brandon." It just, and all the flags say, "Let's go, Brandon." It's this cult mentality where they're all part of this group. I talked about double masking not too far back and how I got angry, just outright angry reactions. Somebody would actually get angry at me because I chose to wear two masks. And I start to make sense of this because these people are followers and they're part of this group. And when they see somebody like me doing something that's not part of the group, it's not quite hate. It's where hate comes from, fear. That I am not following part of their group, and it's this reaction. So they all start chanting after this woman, "Let's go, Brandon." And it's just, I don't know what to make of it. Oh, then there's another interview with the flat earth boxer. I've talked about this before, how Trumpists, MAGA, the MAGA crowd, the MAGA team, the MAGA whatever they are more and more resembling the flat earth cult more and more every day. Well, they merged. They actually interviewed a flat earther / Trump supporter. All right. Now, this is one thing. I've talked about this before. I noticed, like I said, all Caucasian faces in this crowd, all Caucasians. I don't know why most of the women are blondes. They all look like most of them are blondes, but I'll have a picture of this in my thumbnail. I'm going to put this right in the beginning of the video. Right behind Donald Trump, like I talked about in other videos, the Blacks for Trump. Again, at Florence, Arizona, Saturday night. We're all perfectly framed behind Donald Trump. So when the cameras went on, it's the point where it's so ridiculous that there's no other black faces in the crowd except for the ones being used to frame Donald Trump. To me, it's so obvious. So I went on Facebook now it was about an hour ago, and I posted a picture of this. And somebody that was still up, one of my old classmates from '84, still drinking or whatever from last night, started with some angry texts back to me. And he said, "You think we don't know this? He says, we make jokes about this, that these people are there to go run and get Trump a Diet Coke when he wants them." And he called them their tokens. This is what a Trump supporter told me. He says, "You think we don't know this? We joke about it all the time." So if there's African American people watching my channel, if there's actually any Trump supporting African American people watching my channel, this is a serious conversation I had this morning. These guys think it's funny that these people are being used. I don't know what else to call it. If you look, I've done videos about this before, where they're the blacks for Trump are perfectly seated. The only black faces you see in the entire rally are perfectly positioned right behind Donald Trump. I tell you what, if they were Native Americans, I would be furious. If it was natives for Trump, I would be furious. I'd be more furious with those people letting themselves being used. All right, I can see I'm running along on time. I'll be talking about this again. You guys have a great Sunday. I will be back later with another video.